Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Thought I would do a New Year's reading, pick a card reading for you guys. Here we are. It is December 28th today, and we're in our last week here, last days of this year. So I wanted to do this pick a card to see just what messages come through, maybe what we need to leave behind in this year, maybe what's growing in us as we move into the year. Whatever messages come through is what I'll give you. And I have 3 different cards here from different decks, so pick the one you're drawn to the most. This is pile 1 here, 2 in the middle, and 3. So choose the card you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video if you need a moment. And you'll find your reading below in the timestamps as always. And hello there to those who chose pile number 1. You chose the Wisdom of Oracle card, and your card is why. So this card is asking you to ask yourself why. Why are you asking the questions you've been asking? Why have you been thinking about the things you've been thinking about? Why have you been wanting the answers you've been wanting? It's not about finding those answers. It's more about you looking within yourself and saying to yourself, why do I want to know about that? Why do I need to know about that? Why do I care about that? Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should. I don't know. But it's about you questioning your own motives, questioning your own reasons for what it is that you've been focusing on and really maybe even obsessing on, or just asking, or a situation maybe you've been dealing with for quite a while and you've been saying, why is this way? Why is this that way? Why did this person do this? Why did that person do that? Why did I do this? Why did that? And what you really need to know, you're going deeper, you're asking yourself, why am I even asking this question? You know what I mean? It's like, why is this in my head? Why am I focusing on this? Maybe you'll find the answers you're seeking, or maybe you'll find that the reasons that you're still thinking about those things and asking those questions, maybe it's time for you to release it, let it go, and not even try to get those answers anymore. Like you have to create your own closure in that situation. You know what I mean? You have to say, okay, this is why, this person acted this way, and I don't know why, and I'm never going to know why. So I'm going to stop it, wondering about that, stop thinking about it, stop giving my energy to it, and I'm going to let it go. Or you can find that find that answer, and then again, you can release that and let it go once you discover what that is. I think mostly this card for me is the meaning is about closure of that, discovering why are you doing what you're doing, why are you questioning what you're questioning, why are you focusing on what you're focusing on, and all of those questions. Find out what it is deep inside that's causing you to do that, and that way you can deal with that and hopefully release it and let it go. So I'm going to pull some tarot for you now, and that one wanted to come out, obviously. So what are we leaving behind here? What are we going to grow and expand in this new year of 2022? What's coming in here for us? What do we need to focus on? Pull pull a few more. Let me spend a moment here and look at the cards and see what we get here. All right. Well, I want to say, pile number one, that there may have been in this last year for some of you, you may have been dealing with an aggressive kind of energy, whether it was within yourself, within someone else you're dealing with, or just you've had all this going on here with these questions of why, and it's built up some intensity and anger within you because you've not been satisfied in some way with something, and you're questioning and you're questioning and you're not getting the answers, and you've had some anger and you've had some insecurities. You've had a lot of insecurities, coming through this last year. There's been a lot of doubt and insecure feelings, and those are the things that we're wanting to get to the bottom of that with this Y card so that we can leave those behind us in 2021, leave them behind in the old year, start fresh, start new, start getting your focus on things you want to bring into your life, and focus on what you want your future to look like. We all, new year, everybody, a lot of people are like, oh, their New Year's resolutions and all that jazz, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about gradually, as we're moving into this new year. It's not going to happen in a snap. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can start to that process. Now you have a whole new year, to start fresh, to begin to heal and release these things, take the steps you need to get that closure, look at the questions you've been asking, look at why you're wondering about this, why are you wondering about that, leave behind those insecure feelings, start to have more, try to work on your confidence, try to focus on yourself, where you want to be, what you want to do, and set those things in motion. Begin to set those things in motion. Start to take little steps towards things. Start to make your plans. Take your baby steps. You don't have to do it all at once. This isn't telling you to do it all at once, or that it's all going to happen at once. It's a gradual type of thing, but you have this, looking to the future, making your intentions known, and seeing things from a different perspective. So as you come into the new year, you're going to be looking at that why. You're going to be looking towards that future. You're going to be looking at where you want to be, and sort of kind of putting a lot of these things that you've been focusing on that have been causing you to feel insecure, angry, confusion, that kind of thing, not being able to move forward, not being stuck, not being able to move forward, and see what's been causing that. And what this is telling you is you need a new focus. You need to have closure on those things. You need to create that closure by yourself on your own, because you're not going to get that closure from anyone else, is what I'm feeling here for you guys. You're going to have to say, okay, I don't know why that happened, or I don't know why I'm focusing on that. I don't know why am I doing that, and start to go, I want to do this now. I want to focus on this now. I want to move forward this way now. Um, you're going to be looking at everything. It's like you're going to have this aha moment, and you're going to start looking at things from a whole new perspective, a whole new point of view. You're going to see what things that you were, you had a certain view of them or people or feelings for them, and you're going to start changing. They're going to start changing. You're going to start seeing things clearer when you look. You're going to start seeing clearer. See, that person is who they are, and that one. And this doesn't mean positive, negative, whatever. It's just seeing the truth in that person or that thing or that situation and where you are in it, and even your own truth and your own part in these things. We're not always looking out. We have to look in. What are you doing? What are and work on ourselves to make ourselves to heal ourselves and to grow and to become our best version of ourselves. And it's gradual. It's not to beat yourself up and pick yourself apart. It's to see it and heal it, feel it, heal it, understand it, acknowledge it, and then forgive yourself if you need to, and move forward. Or forgive yourself for allowing others to treat you in certain ways and that kind of thing because of your insecurity and that kind of thing. So those are the messages I'm getting here. Now, as we move into the new year here, we see a focus on family, on partnerships, relationships, family, home. So there might be some work needed in that aspect of your life. You're giving birth to new ideas here. You're, like I said, you're seeing things different, but you need to take those actions, take those steps. And I see you here also connecting with your higher self more on a deeper level, I want to say, and trusting your intuition, developing your intuition, developing your gifts, developing that second sight. Your insights should be stronger as we move into the new year. You're going to feel a shift within yourself. You're going to feel yourself seeing things differently, feeling things differently. It's just going to happen as you move into the year, the first part of this year of 2022, and you're going to be very fertile in bringing about the things that you want and taking those steps in the directions that you want to go, in healing, in bringing about what you want, in changing your focus, in letting the old thoughts, the old obsessions, the old insecurities and those things, you can start to feel them slip away. And I want to say do some like real meditation work, like Candle said, look within, just see how you feel, gauge how you're feeling when you're with a person, anybody. Gauge how you're feeling. Stop thinking what you've always been thinking. Stop asking what you've always been asking, and just sort of gauge, how do I feel right now in this room with this person? How do I feel? What is my gut telling me here? You're in a situation, you say, how do I feel right now? Why do I feel that way? And what is happening right now here? And that way you'll be able to, grow that intuition and connect more with it. Practice connecting with your intuition on a more, frequent basis every day. Okay? And move forward in that. Keep doing that. Don't just do it once and then, forget about it. Keep practicing. Make it a part of how you deal with things. You're going to be you've been moving through some rough stuff here in this last year, and you're headed toward a smoother waters. You're headed towards a better place for yourself, and that's what I've been talking about. You have to make that effort. You have to do those things that Spirit has been telling you to do that. You've been battling it out. You've been You've been having a tough time, but you're coming in, see, you're coming in that healing, that blessing, that overflowing of abundance, that overflowing of love for yourself, for others. Be loving, be kind, be generous. Don't allow yourself to be this angry, bitter person. Don't allow life to make you that way. Also, for some of you with this Empress and this Ace of Cups, it could be a pregnancy. Not for all of you, but for some of you, that's definitely a possibility. A pregnancy and a birth of a child in 2022 for you. For the rest of you, it's just, I want to say healing of some family relationships, perhaps. Healing of yourself. Healing of some situations that have been causing you to feel a lot of stress and tension and anger and that kind of thing that I was talking about before. Walking away from those things. I want to say walking away from a lot of those things you were focusing on, wondering about, dealing with, not getting the answers, and moving forward into something new, starting something new here, coming into new relationships, coming into new partnerships, coming into new focus for things to set yourself on a new path of more peaceful path, more abundance, more prosperity, more balance in your life, more balance within and without. So as within, as you know, without. It's the more balanced you feel within yourself, the more confident you feel within yourself, the more grateful you are, the more you'll see that in your outward life. It'll, present itself to you. You'll manifest those things that you want rather than the things you don't, and that kind of energy here. So I'm going to leave it there with you. Pile number 1, those who chose the Wisdom of the Oracle card. Give that some thought, and I hope it's helpful in some way, insightful in some way for you. So take care, be blessed, have a happy new year, have a happy 2022. And hello, those who chose pile number 2. You chose the Earth Magic card, and your card is Dragonfly Emergence. Dragonfly Emergence card is about you emerging, changing. These are very significant, very powerful changes. You are coming out of the water here, where she's been under the water. She's rising up out of that water with that dragonfly medicine, that dragonfly energy, and she is singing. She's hovering like the dragonfly, and she's seeing things very differently, feeling things very differently. It's coming into your own truth. It's an emergence from that muck. It's an emergence from 2021, which may have been difficult for you, may have been full of a lot of things that made you feel like you were drowning, made you feel like you weren't, able to rise up. And now, as we're coming into this new year, you're emerging with this dragonfly. You've learned a lot of things, you've seen a lot of things, you've felt a lot of things. It's taught you a lot. You may even feel, as these changes are occurring within you and without, that you can't even deal with it because it's too much. It's like this is major changes in your life. This could be endings. This could be done. This could come on swiftly too. Things in your control and without, beyond your control. Because as you're changing, so are others around you, and that kind of thing. So relationships could end. New relationships could begin. Just the way you look at something that you've felt like that was, solid and forever, and, the way you believed in something, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're just thinking and you're feeling and you're like, I don't really believe in that anymore. That kind of thing. This could be very significant change for you, but for the better. It's a growth process. When you're feeling overwhelmed by it, just take some deep breaths and know that it's going to change. You're changing. You're emerging. So So be prepared for some pretty big changes coming for you. You're probably already knowing it, feeling it, you know. You've been maybe reluctant about it, and now as you move into the new year, you're gonna feel that sense of this is happening, I'm changing, things are changing. I don't feel how I did. So what are we leaving behind here? What do we need to focus on? What are we growing? What are we leaving behind here? Okay. That's interesting. Focusing on what's growing within us. I didn't see this card popped out. There we go. What's growing in us is strength. Strength's growing in us. I can see that clearly. What's gonna come with this new year? What's growing? What are we bringing into our new year with us? That's funny because you get that Three of Pentacles there. So he's watering that plant. Whoops. We have the Five of Swords there. My Lovers. Oh my. Okay, well. So you're emerging. You have the Four of Swords here. You've been resting, contemplating things, resting on some things, sleeping on some things, thinking things over. I want to say you've been thinking very deeply about some things, feeling some things very deeply, that you've just been wondering about, haven't been sure about. So now you're gonna wake up from that. You've thought about it, you've rested on it, you've given this last, it's like you're saying, I'm gonna give this last week of the year. I'm just gonna, get through this, and then I'm gonna begin to start new here and fresh. And I think that's where you're at, pile number 2, because you're sensing all that. You're sensing all those changes that are coming. They're big changes for you. And I want to say, for some of you, it's a relationship that's been worn out. You've been rethinking it. You've been not feeling right about it. You've been ready to leave it. And so for some of you, you're going to be doing that. You're going to leave that relationship in the past. Or what I'm going to say also for some of you is that or you're growing in a relationship where you've been learning how to be with each other in a different way. You know how you grow in a relationship and people grow, the two people in it, and sometimes you hit the bumps because you're both growing and you're changing and you're kind of not sure how to be with each other for a while, and you have to kind of figure things out again. So it's not necessarily an end, but it could be a renewal, but you could be going through that bumpy, for a little bumpy ride there, trying to figure out how do I deal with this change in this person? How do I deal with the changes in me? They're saying, how do I deal with the changes in them? And so you're both sort of kind of trying to figure out, how to navigate in a different way in a relationship. Because that happens in any long-term relationship. People change, things change, circumstances change, things that are, outside of you change, jobs change, and places to live, and just the way you're viewing things, the way you're feeling. We each have our own, we have our own demons to deal with. We have our own things to deal with. So when you put that together, sometimes, it can be tricky, as anyone knows who's in a long-term relationship. So what I want to say is, for some of you, you're just relearning to be together in a different kind of way. And for some of you, I think it's just more of a leaving it. Okay, because it's not fulfilling you. Doesn't feel right. You've had to take that rest over here, and now you're building up that strength. You've built up this strength And now you're ready with the Eight of Cups to walk away from some things that you didn't have the strength or know-how or the will or the confidence or any of those things to walk away from them. And now that you've built up your strength, you're going to be able to do that now. So in 2022, you're going to be walking away from some things, people, relationships, things that just don't serve you. Beliefs you had, like I said here, with the emergence. You know, you can believe in something for a really long time, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I don't believe in this. It's just something that I thought I believed in, but I don't actually, I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel that way. I don't see that. Life changes us. It changes how we feel. We learn, we grow, we go through things, and it changes our perspective of things. So this is what we're planting new seeds here, and we're watering new seeds for this coming year. So some of you with this emergence, you're really gonna start something really new, like a brand new kind of job or a brand new relationship, or just being on your own. If you leave a relationship, being on your own, plant seeds, getting to know what you want. Now here's some you could run into a hiccup here, so don't be surprised, because there could be a person you're dealing with here as you move into the new year who's not being honest with you. So you are going to see that, though, because I feel like you're going to see that clearly. And we have the Lovers card here too, so I want to say that what I just got was that you're going to start seeing something from different perspectives again, but you're going to be able to see, like, clearly the two sides of something, of a person, of something within yourself, and you're going to be kind of in the middle here, looking at the two different sides of an issue or something, and that's going to help you to come to a clearer understanding. You've been only seeing it from one side, you've only been seeing it from a narrow view, is what I want to say. And you're going to open up to see it, be more open-minded about it, see another side to it that you haven't been looking at, and make more sense of it. And that way you'll bring it into more of a balance within yourself. But there's definitely an energy here coming into the new year with you guys that's not, it's just a dishonesty. It's one of those cards that's a kind of when I see it, I just warning, like, there's something here that's a mess. There's somebody, something not on the up and up here, so watch out. Be careful, like signing anything or anything like that, I want to say, because anything that you're going to sign or major purchase, be be extra careful. I'm not saying be paranoid, I'm just saying pay attention and be very careful, because there could be something glitchy, something you want to, if you're careful, you'll spot it and you'll avoid a problem. Or it just could be you also. Now for some of you, I want to say this: you could find yourself in a situation as you're moving through and you're emerging here and you're walking away from things here. Sometimes when we're walking away from certain things, we can't give ourselves away. We can't tell everybody everything. So I want to say that too. I want to say, don't tell people your plans. Not everybody is your friend. Be careful who you trust. And sometimes we have to sneak away from a situation because we have to, for self-preservation reasons or safety or that kind of thing. If you're in an abusive relationship, for example, you can't go, well, I'm going to leave. That could be a dangerous move for you. So it's like you might have to sneak and make plans and sneak away. And so this card can be about stuff like that too. It can be about you needing to keep things to yourself for your own preservation and safety, and to get yourself moving in a direction where you want. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for some of you. You may just want to keep stuff to yourself. Don't tell everybody your business, okay? They don't need to know. They'll know when you do it. Because you're getting a lot of clarity here, and you are moving through some things. See, now, the Ace of Swords just came out on that, so you're definitely seeing the truth behind whatever lies are being told you, and you're getting clear on what you need to do in order to move forward and leave behind whatever this is that you're needing to walk away from. And you have the strength, the know-how now, and the intelligence. You're making an intelligent plan for yourself, and you're going to execute that plan, is what I'm getting. And you're going to be, I think some of you who chose pile number 2, really, your emergence here is like a breaking free from things that have been holding you down. This card turned over, and that's the King of Pentacles. You're going to get yourself that bucket of, that stash of money there is carrying. So, I see you making a plan, executing a plan, and it's going to bring you in a more prosperity, and it's going to bring you to a better place where you've been wanting to be, because you've been kind of over here stuck in something and hadn't been ready to leave it or move forward, and now you're going to do that in 2022. Yeah, and another card where you're rising up out of that water, and there's a lot of emotions here, dark emotions that you're healing, coming up out of that water, rising up into more celebration of your new path. You're going to be happier, freer, feel lighter, because you're going to get rid of a lot of things that have been weighing you down, keeping you trapped, keeping you under the water. Keep this dragonfly and this card here too. I see you emerging twice here. Same kind of imagery. Rising up out of that water. Rising up out of the darkness of those dark emotions, those lower emotions, those things you're healing, walking away from. Clarity and purpose. And it's going to lead you to, and strength. It's going to lead you to planting new seeds, watering them. They're going to grow. And as you move through 2022. So those are your messages, those who chose card number 2. Take care. Have a happy new year. Happy 2022. And hello to those who chose 3. Card number 3. This card here. You chose the Animal Spirit card, and you have the Black Egg. Very spiritual card. This card is about you. It's hovering. This black egg is there. And inside of that is the truth. Your truth. Your truth is there. And you have not been speaking your truth. You have not been living your truth. You have been doing what you think others want you to do. Putting up appearances. Taking part in gossipy conversations rather than what you truly want to say. Going along with things. Those are the kinds of energies that the black egg is telling you. Enough of that. It's time for you to get in your truth. Speak your truth. Know your truth. Find your truth. Go with your truth. Whatever that means. Whatever falls away. Sometimes when we start speaking our truth, people don't like it. And they fall away. That's just going to happen. You need to be in your truth is your message with the black egg. And I'm going to pull some tarot. What are we leaving behind? What are we going to focus on here? And what's coming and growing with us in this new year of 2022? Wow, these cards are really flying. Flying around. So, let's see. I feel like you've begun something new here, and as you move into the new year, you're going to take that next step. You're going to get that next, maybe you'll get a raise at work, another job, or just take something to a next level. It's like you started it last year, and now this year you're going to take it to a new level, a better, higher level, a more prosperous level. So I'm seeing that there for some of you guys. Alright, but we've been really juggling, and we've been trying to get things into balance, but we've had a devil over here. We've had a devil here in 2021, whispering in our ear, making all kinds of promises. See him whispering in the ears, making all kinds of promises. This looks so good, oh, this looks so good, but it isn't good. It hasn't been good. It's not good. Alright? So, you've got some things here. What I was talking about with that black egg, with that devil. You've been not being in your truth. You've been tempted by things. You've been wanting to be part of something. You've been wanting to be part of the group. You've been wanting to fit in. You've been wanting to be accepted. You've been wanting those things, and we all want those things. But at the risk of not being in your own truth, at the sacrificing yourself, of sacrificing your own truth, and you don't want to be doing that no more. That's what we're leaving behind here. We're going to leave behind that stuff in this year. We're going to move forward in our own truth. You really need to get in touch with your new truth, creating something new here, focusing on your truth, focusing on what you really want. He's painting this, he's got the canvas there in front of him. He's going to paint that the way he wants it, not the way anyone else does. This is his creation. Your life is your creation. Paint it how you want. Use the colors you want. Don't stay within the lines. If you want to stay within the lines, stay within the lines. It's what you want. You see what I'm saying? This card came out here, Six of Swords. Well, this is that card that's sneaking away in the night. Sneaking away. You're crossed up here. You got the devil and you got this Two of Swords. So some of you guys have been really crossed up. You haven't been in your truth. You've been carrying a lot of burden. And I see you carrying that into the new year before you get to where you are going to finally release that. You've got two of these cards here. See how the swords are crossed up here? You've got them crossed here too. And this Two of Swords. She's blindfolded. She's crossed up here. She's there's something that's been untrue, and I think some of you have not been true to yourselves. That's what I'm getting. And so it's caused a lot of burdens for you because you're walking around, you're smiling when you want to cry. That's what I'm trying to say. You're smiling when you want to cry. You're agreeing when you disagree. You're nodding and saying yes when you want to say no. Those kinds of things, and that's what you've been doing, and this is telling you to stop doing that now. There will be consequences to that. There always is. Coming into your own truth. People ain't gonna like it. People are gonna go, "Who the heck are you?" You know, that kind of thing. But in order, you can't risk. You can't. What I want to say is, you can't sacrifice your truth self through your whole entire life and not be who you want to be and who you truly are. You can suppress that for a long, long time, but that's what's making you feel that burden. That's what's making you look in the mirror and not like yourself because you're not being you. So that's what I want to say. And that's a burden you need to release. That's a burden you need to release. Get in your own truth. Speak your truth. Be your truth. Live in your truth. That's the message here for pile number 3. You have the world here, but it's reversed. So, all I'm getting from that is that I think that if you've been, you need to take some time to yourself. You need to take some time away. You need a vacation. You need to regroup. So you need to kind of you're going to need to kind of retreat here for a while as we move into the new year. It's not permanent. It's just a retreating temporary to get yourself together, to get yourself back in your own truth, to move away from the things, people, places that are not serving you and have got you to where you look in the mirror, you don't even know who you're looking at anymore. And I'm really getting that strong for some of you. You need to love yourself, nurture yourself, care for yourself, be yourself. So that's a big, strong message here. You'll feel so much lighter. You'll attract your tribe to you when you start to be yourself. It won't happen overnight. It could take a long time. It could take a while. But this is a transition you're in, and see everybody putting their little advice and putting their little, thoughts in your head of who you are and what you are and who you're supposed to be and all of that stuff, and that's been affecting you in a great deal. But you're finding your strength within here to rise above that and seek and get your own truth going, so you can look in the mirror and see you, not someone else, not someone you're pretending to be. And that's going to make you feel much happier. It's going to get things going in balance here and connecting. You may have a new love coming into your life in 2022, one who's likes that authentic person you are instead of the fakey phony one. I'm not saying you've been walking around completely fake and phony, but you've been undue influence on you and how you're being and how you're acting. Like I said earlier, crying when you want to laugh, laughing when you want to cry, saying yes when you want to say no, saying no when you want to say yes, and so on. Not recognizing yourself. Now you're going to come into more your authentic self, more of your own truth. You have the strength now to do that. You're giving birth to new things. You're coming back in life. You're going to into your own self, and you're going to do some retreating from some of these other things so you can reintroduce yourself to yourself. Okay? So, pile number 3, those are your messages. Have a happy new year. Happy 2022. Thanks for being here. Take care. Blessed be.